Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I guess it was only a matter of time before I started covering it on this channel. You guys know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, right? Five Nights at Freddy's, also known as FNAF, is one of the most iconic and beloved and infamous horror game franchises of the last 10 years. It is the bane of the existence of many a Let's Player and game theorist out there on the internet, and yeah, I've done my fair share of videos on it, over on the main channel. I've never actually talked about it here on the second channel, but today I want to change that by diving into the very, very expansive world of Five Nights at Freddy's toys. Because Five Nights at Freddy's was such an immediate hit, it of course got a slew of toys that have been going on for years and years and years with so many different variants. And I have actually been collecting FNAF toys since about as long as they've been around. So before we get into any like new stuff today, I want to take a look at this big bag of Five Nights at Freddy's figures that I found in my storage that I have had probably since like 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. Starting of course with the original series. Now, a lot of FNAF toys, like a vast majority of the FNAF toys that you are going to find out there, are made by Funko. Yes, Funko, the pop vinyl people, we're not looking at those today. Because the people at Funko have actually made a really nice, really authentic and accurate series of Five Nights at Freddy's action figures, and I have so many of them. Starting, of course, with the very original series from I don't actually know when, we have a nice little Freddy Fazbear. Look at how accurate this thing is to the first game. So these are just straight ahead little toy action figures. They are posable in many ways, but if you're not careful, the pieces can pop off, but they're kind of maybe not meant to do that, but it doesn't mean you broke it. Like, it gives you a lot of different points of articulation for these things, but it also means that it's really easy to pop something off. But these are supposed to be old, decrepit animatronics that are falling apart as they are, so I mean, there's nothing entirely wrong about that. So of course, this one is Freddy Fazbear from the very original run of Five Nights at Freddy's toys based off the first game, which of course means you have to have Bonnie. This one is even, honestly, I would say this one's even more accurate because you don't necessarily see Freddy a ton in the first game, and something about his face in this particular one is just ever so slightly off. But this, along with, of course, Chica, they look basically identical to the first game. It is really impressive how much Funko really captured exactly the essence of these characters in these toys. They're very simple. Oh, I broke it again. They are extremely simple, they are posable, and they just look really nice all standing next to each other. Though, because of how wibbly wobbly these little joints can be, it can sometimes be a bit hard to make them stand. But of course you have to round out the whole crew, which of course means you gotta have Foxy from Pirate Cove. I really like this one. It's just so nice how dead simple these are. We can make them T-pose. Why the hell not? This one, however, I will say, when I took it out of my storage unit, this hand had come off, and it doesn't feel like it fits in there particularly snug. And because of how spindly and tiny his legs are, this is actually one of the harder ones to get to stand, but I think we can manage it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I forgot, there's also Golden Freddy. How could I forget Golden Freddy? Golden Freddy is basically the exact same toy as the main Freddy. It's basically the exact same, like, oh, that's gonna happen a lot in this video, just get ready. The Golden Freddy toy and the main Freddy toy have basically the exact same, like, mold and design in their entirety. But of course, this one has a custom color. He doesn't have eyes, but he still has eyelids, so they didn't change that part of the character mold. His teeth are silver, whereas regular Freddy's are white, and they both come with identical microphones. I don't really like the placement of that, hold up. But other than that, they're basically the exact same figure, but you can't have the rest of the crew without Golden Freddy. So that is the entire original crew, the entire first line of Five Nights at Freddy's figures by Funko. Say that 5 times fast. But there is a little bit more to these toys, because all of them came packaged like this. You know, classic action figure packaging, the plastic front, the cardboard back. They used a screenshot from Five Nights at Freddy's 2 on the backdrop for some reason, but this is basically it. Every single toy came packaged like this with a little accessory. Bonnie had the Flying V guitar, but they also came with these. I don't even know if you can see that well. That right there is a little piece of Springtrap. Every single one of these 5 toys came with a different piece of a build-your-own Springtrap figure. And so, because I have the entire line of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 toys, that means I also have Springtrap. It's a little bit weird for a character character who wasn't introduced until Five Nights at Freddy's 3 to be your bonus figure for the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 line. But you know, he's an iconic character. He's come back a million times. He's kind of still like the main villain of the franchise. So of course you gotta get a toy of Springtrap. And this one takes the detail to a whole nother level, man. Look at all the freaking like wire guts and the holes that they've put into this guy. Like they spared very little detail on these for, you know, little Funko plastic figures. I'm just genuinely very impressed with them. I think his arm is stuck. There we go. Oh, and it broke. But yeah, every single one of those toys came with a different piece, which means one of them just looked like this. Like, it's just like buy your toy and get the head of Springtrap. I hope I can put that back on. Ah, there we go. Nice little click. You know what's strange about this, though? We've got Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which was your bonus figure when you got the entire line of Five Nights at Freddy's Generation 1 toys. And the box itself uses imagery from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 toy animatronics, or any of the variations of these characters for FNAF 2, never got toys. Is that not crazy? Like, Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, like the different versions of Foxy, Mangle. As far as I know, they never got toys in this line, which is insane. They're literally called the toy animatronics. I can't believe that one. That has been bothering me for years, dude. But this was just the beginning of it all. I do have a lot more. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly positive the next thing they did with this line of toys was go straight to Five Nights at Freddy's 4 with the Nightmare animatronics. Look at this guy. We're continuing down that level of like Springtrap detail with all the holes and these decrepit, more sinister looking animatronics, but this is Freddy with his glowing orange eyes. And the only other one I have from this line is Bonnie. Now this one is menacing. Look at that face, dude. Look at those teeth. Oh yeah, I can see down on the bottom, this says copyright 2016 Scott Cawthon. So these are from 2016. I want to say these have maybe gotten a little bit rare. It's gotten harder to find these, and I don't even remember what the other ones were. And I have to imagine that one of them was Chica. Is there not a Nightmare Chica? There's a Nightmare Chica, right? I'll throw the other two from this line on the screen, but I only had the two of these, and I can't remember what the bonus toy was for him. Give me a second. Ah, I see. Okay. So this particular line of the FNAF Nightmare animatronics had Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, Foxy, and then they also had Funtime Foxy for some reason, and all of them came with pieces of a bonus figure of the marionette. You know, the FNAF puppet thing? So I had a couple pieces of that marionette bonus figure, but I think those have just gotten lost. I have no clue where they were, and I didn't have all the pieces to begin with, so it wouldn't be particularly fun to show off. But we go from there to my favorite line of these toys, the sister location stuff. This is by far my favorite FNAF game, and by far my favorite line of these toys, because the character designs are so interesting to me. So let's take these one by one. Of course, we gotta start with the star of the show, Baby, the baby animatronic from Sister Location, the mascot of the game. Another one that is just so incredibly accurate. I love how bright the colors are. They got the green eyes down. It's so nice. And you know, this one's actually a little bit smaller than the rest, so when you line them all up, it doesn't look off. I'm not sure why, but spinning. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I think she also came with some kind of microphone, but there's just this big batch of like tiny little toy microphones that were in that bag, and I'm not really sure which one goes to who. So we're just gonna leave her accessory list for now. This is fun. This is a thing I'm doing. Moving on from Baby, we'll stick with the human characters. We have Ballora, which is interesting for being one of the only one of these toys with a stand, because the character is literally not meant to stand on their own. They are meant to be posable as a little ballerina character. Oh. A ballerina character. But that means they have a really easy time standing up. Again, so bright and vibrant, which is cool considering how little you actually get to see of some of these characters in the games because of how shrouded in like shadows they are. But the more fun ones, which is funny because they're the Funtime animatronics, are Funtime Foxy. There we go. That's more like it. I love all the Funtime animatronics, but you know, FNAF is about weird, scary furries, not weird, scary clowns. Come on. So we got a different Funtime Foxy apparently, because there's a Funtime Foxy in the Nightmare set, but then there's this Funtime Foxy, which is different. I'm not sure what the differences are. Maybe this is like specifically Sister Location Funtime Foxy, and the other one is like the Funtime Foxy that became Mangle or something like that. I'm just really impressed by how like sturdy and game accurate these all are. Foxy's eyes are They're kind of going in different directions a little bit. Foxy's got that 1,000-yard stare. And of course, it would not be a Five Nights at Freddy's game without a Freddy Fazbear. This one's my favorite one. The Sister Location line is my favorite line. This is my favorite toy out of all of them. Sister Location Fun Time Freddy with the little Bonbon puppet. The Hey Bonbon! I love the pink and white and purple. The color scheme is just so nice, and it looks so accurate to the game. Speaking of the attention to detail, they made sure to put the lines in their faces where their faces are meant to split open and show the animatronic stuff underneath. Obviously, they don't actually split open, but the fact that they made sure to put that detail in is so cool. I mean, for a franchise where the fans are so particular about the different designs of the animatronics because how many toes one animatronic has can be a massive factor in putting together the timeline, it's really nice that they really made all of those small little details a big priority on these. I love that. But of course, you might be asking, what did all of these get you if you got the complete set? Of course, there is another bonus toy. And who else would it be for Sister Location other than Ennard? And this is the one where I think they maybe lost the plot a little bit. They put in some good effort, but I mean, look at how tiny he is. This looks like he should be on the cover of a Weezer album with this stance. He's got a really big head, tiny little legs. Like, the proportions just did not work out here. This does not look intimidating. I mean, for an animatronic that's supposed to be all the Funtime robots, like, amalgamated together, he's smaller than Freddy. Like, he's way smaller than Freddy. Guy looks more like he's waiting for the bathroom. But there is still some really cool attention to detail here. Look at all of the wires and stuff going through his back and through his legs and arms. And then when you turn him around on the front, you can actually find all these different animatronic eyes. There's a green one that I have to assume is for Baby. There's a blue one on the side of his neck, which would be Freddy. There's this kind of brown eye. Is that Foxy? Or yeah, Foxy has the yellow eyes. The Foxy toy has yellow eyes, so I guess that would be what this is, even though that's a little bit more of a brown. And then there's a purple eye right here that I'm gonna say is Ballora, but the Ballora toy's eyes were closed, so I actually can't confirm. If only they had been able to get the proportions right, this thing would have been so cool. But as it stands, you know, it's got a lot of nice detail, but it's kind of silly looking. Moving on to the last batch of the toys that were in my storage, we have, I believe, an incomplete set of Pizzeria Simulator toys. These guys are the weird ones. I want to say these guys are called the Showtime animatronics. I'm pretty sure. I didn't get super into Pizzeria Simulator. Okay, looking these up, these are the Rockstar animatronics from Pizzeria Simulator. That's it, Rockstar. But we do have two characters that I recognize. We got our classic Rockstar Freddy. You know, actually looking at this guy now, you can actually see how we ended up with a Glam Rock Freddy a little bit down the line. The different color scheme, like he's getting more orange. I feel like looking at this Rockstar Freddy toy now, as awkward as a design as I might kind of think it is, admittedly, I can see how we're transitioning into Glam Rock Freddy. I like that. And then to match him, we have Rockstar Foxy. I like how vibrant he is. I like his little parrot. I think he came with an accordion that I've lost somehow, but the big problem with him is because of this peg leg, this guy will not stand to save his life. This is the only one of these toys that I cannot get to stand no matter what I do. I don't know if he came with a stand to counteract this or not, but if he did, I've lost it. So yeah. Yeah, poor Foxy. But then we've got two characters that are a lot less familiar to me. First up, we got El Chip, which, you know, I don't know him super well as a FNAF character, but I know he is a reference to one of Scott Cawthon's original games pre-FNAF, which was Chipper and Sons Lumber Company or something. It's a reference to that game. And this is El Chip, so that character revived for Pizzeria Simulator. He's got a sombrero, he's got a little guitar. I'm pretty sure he came with this. Hopefully I didn't, like, mix up which guitar toy went with who. But I actually like how this one has the big old beaver tail because that makes it a lot easier. He's a lot more bottom heavy, which lets him stand a lot better. I mean, it's not that you can see it. I gotta get a second camera set up. But then, I don't know who this guy is. Apparently his name is Orville. He's got that same 1,000-yard stare. Now this guy's looking a lot more like Glam Rock Freddy. Look at that orange and yellow color scheme. This is a Glam Rock Freddy looking guy if I've ever seen him. Just take that trunk away. Oh, he's got different little feet. He's got little circular elephant feet. That's cute. I don't know who this guy is. I guess it's just one of those animatronics that you could buy for your store layout in Pizzeria Simulator, but I don't think he had the same shelf life in the fandom as, say, like Mr. Hippo or something like that. Does this guy have lore significance? I broke him. So, you know, that's horrible. The only character I believe I'm missing from this particular line is Pig Patch, who is a pig animatronic. I could have sworn I had a full set of this, but I guess I don't. And that makes sense because one of the only toys that is incomplete here is what I believe to be the bonus toy for the Pizzeria Simulator line, which is Scrap Baby. I really wish I had the full thing of this to have a Scrap Baby and the regular baby, but I don't have Scrap Baby's legs. I only have the torso and the two very cool mechanical arms with the big old like teeth scissors here. That's really cool. The other unfortunate thing is I cannot for the life of me get the head to attach to this thing. Either the ball is too big or the hole is too small, but this thing just doesn't go, man. What a bummer. But you know, it is cool to still be able to look at the regular baby toy when she's still supposed to be like cheery and happy, and then look at the Scrap Baby. Her hair color changed. I guess she dyed her hair. I love how decrepit a lot of these toys get the further down the series you go. Look at that hand. That's creepy. But that is the last of the toys that I had in storage that I've been holding on to for a while, except I really need to find these. I used to have, I still do, I just can't find them, an entire line of Five Nights at Freddy's blacklight toys. So it's these four, the original Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy from the Gen 1 line, but they've all been given these bright neon color schemes. Like one of them's bright blue, one of them's bright green, I think Bonnie is pink or something like that. I love those toys. They were by far my favorites outside of the sister location stuff. And I think they've become kind of rare, but I haven't been able to find them yet. I know I still have them. I never would have gotten rid of those, but I just couldn't find them. I had the blacklight neon plushies as well, and I really need to find those because I love those. But if we're down to the last of the toys that I already had, that means we should probably get into some toys that are brand new. And I've got a bunch of them. This here is the entirety, oh god, okay, so spoiler, this here is the entirety of the main Security Breach line because, you know, I did a lot of Security Breach videos on the main channel, plus one little glitch trap to wash it down. Because, you know, a glitch trap is kind of important to the lore of this Security Breach game thing. You know what I mean. So let's start cracking into these, why don't we? First up, that'd be Glamrock Freddy, my boy. The superstar. I've had these for a little while, so it's a little dusty. So let's take a look at the back. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Security Breach line of figures. So this is the early run. After the game came out and some other characters started gaining popularity, they added a couple characters to this line, but the original lineup was just Freddy, Chica, Roxy, Monty, and Vanny. So we're gonna start with our boy, one of the best versions of Freddy Fazbear that has ever existed. Man, a lot of people really responded well to Glamrock Freddy in Security Breach. People love that guy. The box didn't want to come open. I just destroyed that. Oh, and he's got these ding-dang little twisty guys around his... oh god, he's falling apart. Oh, he's falling apart. So here's our superstar. Looking a little bit ruined. But don't worry, that's just what these toys are supposed to do. I have to imagine if you were a kid and you were trying to play with these, it would be really frustrating because they just fall apart so easily. But this is Glamrock Freddy. He's looking off. Not gonna lie, this one's not that great. I love Glamrock Freddy. I think he's such a fun design, and he was such a cool reimagining of a character we had seen a million times over. I mean, look at all these different versions of Freddy. You got Gen 1, which is the classic guy, moving up to the really scary version. Then we try and cute him up a little bit with the Rockstar vibe, and then we trick that out even more to the Glamrock vibe. This more orange tint going into this more like shiny, tacky design going into this. Like, you know what I mean when I'm talking about that, right? I mean, the details on him are pretty nice. I mean, he's got his earring, all of the like face paint and the blue accents are in the right place, but his body is just so tiny. Like, I guess they had to fit this into the mold for the other Freddys or something, but this just does not look right for Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy is a lot taller and a lot, like, buffer, and his head is not this big. As much as I love Glamrock Freddy, this toy is just not quite doing it for me, unfortunately. Funko did make this really nice statue of Glamrock Freddy with Gregory that I wanted so bad, but by the time I realized that I wanted it, it had been, like, discontinued, and now was like $300 on eBay or something. So when it comes to Glamrock Freddy, this is about as good as I'm gonna get, and so I'll take it. But I do wish he was a little bit more Glamrock Freddy, like a little bit taller, a little bit buffer, and a little bit smaller head, you know. So let's move on from that to one of the first animatronics you have to avoid in the game, Glam Rock Chica. Yeah, I don't know, man. Something about this particular line of the toys, it just feels like they don't quite have the same level of like game accurate detail in terms of how their like base level designs are. Looking at these characters, like all the details are right with like the little leg warmers and the earrings and the makeup and the bow and all the colors are exactly right. But when you look at them in the face, there's just something not quite right. They don't look as dead on to the games as like the Gen 1s do. And I don't know, it's kind of a bummer to me because that was one of the things I always liked about these toys is just how game accurate they looked. And this just doesn't. I don't know if it's the teeth or the size of the beak or what, but something about this, it's scarier, but it just looks noticeably off to me. I really do like this cool 80s ass guitar. That's fun. I've had some trouble getting the different toys to hold their accessories, like Bonnie. Oh my god, you can't put one part in without breaking another part. Like, unfortunately, the Bonnie figure from FNAF 1 just will not hold his guitar, and unfortunately, I think that might be the case for Chica as well, yeah. That's not gonna hold. Next up, Roxanne Wolf. Now, this one's looking a lot more like it. I think this one's actually looking much closer to the game. Let's just see what we got when we get all the way in there. Nope. I'm not gonna word it like that. So let's just take a closer look here. Yeah, okay. You know, I'm actually a lot more on board with this one. It's been a little while since I played Security Breach, so while I am feeling like this is a teeny bit off, I think it's mostly just because of the shorter proportions. I'm fairly positive the characters in Security Breach are just noticeably taller, and these guys had to be shortened down to fit like the basic design molds for these toys. But other than that, you know, I think her face, while she still has it, is actually pretty accurate. That's the other thing about Roxanne. She loses basically all of this by the end of the game. So my last impression of her is having literally her entire face and eyes removed. So I would have to re-familiarize myself with how she looks normally. But no, again, they've got all the details right. They got the right outfit. They got the right leg warmers. She looks like Amethyst from behind, like Amethyst from Steven Universe. That is just straight up Amethyst hair. And of course, she comes with a keytar that matches her little hair highlight. That's cute. How do you make them hold this? Will she hold it? Will she hold it? The answer is still no. Like, even if I rip this thing off and just try to force the toy in, like, it just doesn't hold. There's not enough grip. Yeah, it doesn't hold. I don't know why they make these toys with these accessories if they can't hold them. What are you supposed to do with this? Set it on the ground? Sit it on the ground? So that is Roxanne Wolf, which means we only got a couple more in the main cast. We got Montgomery Gator. This one still has the price tag on it, $12.99 at GameStop. Yeah, I found a lot of these at GameStop and just kind of slowly built the collection up, knowing that eventually I was going to be making a video on these guys. Absolutely. Oh, jeez, everything. Just, ow. He's got like actual spikes on his belt and it hurts. Ow. Okay, once again, we are unable to get one of these toys out of their boxes without destroying them. Though, I mean, for Monty, this is actually pretty on brand. Ow, oh my God. See, here's the thing. Not only are these very flimsy, which means trying to put them on, you can break them. But right here, you can see this Monty has a spiked belt. And these are actually like kind of sharp. Like these are like, they're not gonna make you jump, but like they're very uncomfortable. All right, how do you put this back together? You put one thing on, the other part pops off. It's insane. There we go. Finally, we got Monty put together. I'm not even gonna bother trying to make him see if he can hold that. I'm just gonna look at Monty himself because apparently this one does not want to stay together. It is like a pretty loose one. The other ones have been a lot more sturdy than this, but this one feels pretty dang loose. Again, this one has the Freddy problem of just being a little bit too much of a short king to really look like his game counterpart. Again, the head is too big and the body's too tiny, but I mean, it's there. I think it would feel a lot more like Monty if he had actual eyes. They didn't give him eyes, they just gave him these black sunglasses, and they leave him feeling a little bit more like a Funko Pop, where the eyes are just kind of soulless. But I mean, that is the whole glam rock crew in all their glory, struggling to stay together and hold things. And these are just, I guess, a little disappointing compared to the other ones, but they're overall not bad. I'm just kind of let down that they were so off-model compared to the other ones. But that's not everything for the Security Breach line. Of course, we have our villain, Vanny. Now this one's interesting. It actually looks like this might be based on an earlier design of Vanny or something. Like the face is just different, you know? Let's crack it open and take a closer look. Ah yes, this toy comes with the famous Vanny steak knife. Does she hold a knife in the game? I don't know if she does. Vanny doesn't do a whole lot in the game. She doesn't even really like come at you with any kind of weapon, I don't believe. I'd have to re-watch some of the footage, but I'm fairly positive Vanny just like skips around, and then if she gets you, she just like grabs you. And that's it. I think maybe she's shown holding a knife in some of the promotional material, but I think that might be lending some credence to a theory I've got that these toys are maybe based on like earlier designs of the characters compared to what we like actually got in the final product. Because if you've played Security Breach, you know that that game clearly went through a bunch of different iterations before they landed on what we got. Whatever the original story was clearly scrapped, and it just left a lot of stuff unexplained as a result. Vanny has basically nothing to do throughout the entire game, despite being the main villain. While this design is pretty close to what you get in the final product, her face is like noticeably different. So while I have kind of complained a bit about some of these toys being a little off model, it might just be because the designs they were working with weren't finalized yet. I'm really not sure. This Vanny might be the best out of all of the Security Breach lines so far. We got a lot of different pieces of detail, like this red pattern on her hand and leg, the blue bow tie, like there's a lot of like stitching details that are really nice. But if you want to get into the real winners of the Security Breach line, you gotta go to everyone's favorite character, the Sun and Moon guy, also known as Eclipse, but in this version of the line, we only have Sun and Moon. So this is what I was talking about where I said like later versions of the Security Breach line, they just added a couple characters. This is not like a second wave of Security Breach figures. These are all the same. You know, they just added these guys to the line after the game came out and this character became so popular. So let's start with Sun and kind of see what we got going on here, if things have improved at all. Actually, this is looking pretty promising so far. Ooh, interesting. These guys don't come with any accessories like the other ones. It's just the Sun and Moon. I guess that's fair. He didn't really do a whole lot. I guess there's not as much source material to base stuff off of. Both of his hands came off. Nice. Actually, this is a major improvement. This looks so much more like what I'm looking for when it comes to these toys. This is basically one-to-one game accurate. They even have the circuit board on the back of his face. His face is exact. His proportions look right. He's maybe a little shorter than you're used to, but if you put him into kind of like a little prancy-dancy pose, yeah, I mean, that's our Sun guy. I think just make him a little bit taller and you've got it basically perfect. You got a lot of these nice etchings on the face. The face is just as creepy as ever. Oh man, I like this one. Oh, they even got some like little dirt detailings on the shoes, or maybe my toy's just dirty, but nah, man, this toy is like a proper return to form for the Security Breach line. I like this one a lot. Ooh, that's fun. Which makes me excited to check out the Moon Man one too. Nice. All right, no need to beat around the bush with this one. We can just tear right into it. Pop his hand back into place. Yeah, I seriously have not been able to open a single one of these without, ow, dang, look at that. Look at that indent that gave me just trying to push this in. These are kind of sharp, man. Like it's not breaking the skin or anything, but it hurts. All right, here is the Moon Man, and it is basically just as good as the previous one. Look at all the detail in the pants and on the wristbands. We've got the bright red eyes now to make him even creepier. Actually, no, I think the one without the eyes is creepier. Yeah, he's still got the circuit board on the back of his head. These two are by far the best toys in the Security Breach line, like bar none, man. I love these. You know, it's worth pointing out that since I got everything for this video, they've actually expanded the Security Breach line again to include characters from Ruin, the DLC that came out last year. There's 3 new toys for the Ruin line, those being Chica and Roxy in their ruined form. You know, Roxy without her face and Chica with like the melted garbage. But then they also have Eclipse, the ruined version or whatever, like combined version of these 2 characters. I wasn't able to get any of those for this video, but maybe I'll take a look at them another time. And last up for the Security Breach line, I did want to go ahead and toss in Glitch Trap. This is not part of the Security Breach line of toys specifically, but because Glitch Trap is such an important character in the lore of Security Breach, him being an AI replicant of William Afton's consciousness that infected and hypnotized people to be his minions, and that's where Vanny came from, I figured it was important to just go ahead and toss him in. This is actually from the Curse of Dreadbear line, which is part of the FNAF VR Halloween DLC stuff. So we've got Dreadbear, Jacko Bonnie, Grim Foxy, and then just regular old Glitch Trap. $12.99 at GameStop. I've had this guy since 2021 or something like that. I've been sitting on this for a while, so it's cool to finally open him up. There we go. Glitch Trap, the digital virus AI replica consciousness version of William Afton, aka, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Springtrap. There we go. Two of our little spring Bonnie types. They're holding hands. Look at them. Look at them. Oh, I broke them. Look at them holding hands, I guess. I'm trying to do a bit. These toys are just so fiddly. I like these toys. I really do. I have had so many of them in my collection, as you can clearly see, but man, basically just take them out of the box, set them down, and that's that. Don't try and fiddle with them because they are just so finicky, man. But no, man, with this Glitch Trap, we're basically right back to being dead on one-to-one with the games, and I love that. I never realized he was wearing a vest. I always thought it was just the bow tie and then that was it, but no, he's wearing a little purple vest with pink little stars on it. That's so cute. And you got some stitching detail on the back here. Oh man. But we are not done yet. It's the holidays around the time that I'm uploading this. It's Christmas time. And I know that FNAF isn't necessarily the most festive of franchises to do this close to Christmas, but that's where you're wrong. Santa Freddy. Santa Freddy! Yeah, believe it or not, we've got an entire series of Five Nights at Freddy's Christmas figures to look at today. You know, I figured I might as well do something a little holiday themed, so we're doing Five Nights at Freddy's Christmas. Woo! I believe there are 4 different pieces of this series, and I do not believe, oh my god. And I do not believe that there are any more. I think the 4 we've got today are the only 4 that exist. So we are starting out, appropriately enough, with Santa Freddy. He's cute! Oh, look at this. He's got the rosy cheeks, but they're on a completely different part of his cheek than the other one. What? That's weird. He's very clearly the same color as Rockstar Freddy, and there is a very consistent motif about where rosy cheeks go on FNAF toys, but they've got it over here on his, lymph node or something like that. But no, they gave him a jolly red Santa nose. He's got a little jingle bell on his cap. He's in full-on Santa suit. You know, that doesn't mean he's allowed to stop wearing his signature bow tie. That's really cute. Look at the boots. Oh, this is adorable. How can they make killer animatronics so freaking cute? Look at that. He's a guy. But of course, that's not all. We also gotta get... Oh, I dropped one. Santa is nothing but a sniveling pile of waste without his elves. We got Elf Bonnie. Elf Bonnie. Oh, this one actually comes with an accessory. We haven't seen one of these that came with accessories for a second, so let's rip into this guy. Of course, we're all falling apart, but that's okay. That's usual for these toys. It's getting really annoying. But we got Elf Bonnie now. The placement of his rosy cheeks is a little bit more anatomically correct, but he's got these icy blue rosy cheeks. He's experiencing hypothermia. He's got a nice cool tone all around, you know? This kind of bluish aqua green works really well with the bluish purple of his skin fur. He's got the elf shoes. Oh man, these feel like some pure FNAF AR type stuff where it's you would never see this in a mainline game, but it's it's Christmas and FNAF special delivery kind of thing. Oh, that's so cute. And he's got the little tail. Looks like he's got some wear and tear on the back, which is funny. Is that intentional or do I just have a slightly dirty toy even though I got this right out of the box? Aw, these are cute. This is a really nice little series. And that Bonnie actually came with an accessory. He has a little candy cane. It has a point at the bottom. It's not a stabby point, it's just a crayon point. Is this a writing utensil? We ain't done yet! Gingerbread Foxy. Yeah, now we're getting into the more confusing angles. So if Freddy is Santa and Bonnie is the elf, Foxy is the cookie that they eat, I guess? Are gingerbread men traditionally viewed as an anthropomorphic living Christmas character? Or do they just get eaten? I might be discovering a strange, messed up hierarchy in the FNAF Christmas universe. Lore! It's lore! But no, once again, this is a really cute variation of the original Foxy toy from Gen 1. It's clearly using the exact same mold. You can see his chest is ripped up here in the exact same way. They just painted it differently. And of course, he has been given this impressively detailed this impressively detailed gingerbread theming. Like with Freddy and Bonnie, they're just kind of in a new costume. Here, Foxy has been completely rethought. Look at that. He's got a frosting lining around his torso with the little gumdrop buttons going down. His hook is a candy cane. His eye patch is a peppermint. Oh man, the detailing on this is great, man. He still has like metal legs and a metal hand, but the rest of him is cookie? Huh. This reminds me so much of a Shrek 2 gingerbread man toy that I had growing up that was scented to actually smell like gingerbread. And like 20 years after I got that toy, I found it in the attic and it still smelled of gingerbread. I always loved that thing. Oh man, look at this guy. This makes me hungry. But yeah, if he is made of gingerbread, meanwhile Freddy and Bonnie are just straight up Santa and his elves, would they eat him? Is this their snack person? Is this their snack droid? He's waving in oncoming planes. But if we've had Freddy, Bonnie, and Foxy, that means we've only got one guy left, and this one, I think I've saved the worst one for last. How about Snow Chica? Oh god. Oh god. How are they so silly and yet so terrifying at the same time? This is giving like Coraline vibes a little bit. Hold up. Ah, here we go. Yes, we have, for some reason, Snowman Chica with just the dullest Coraline-looking eyes made out of coal. Ugh. I mean, I guess they're following the song pretty well. Chica doesn't have a corncob pipe or a button nose, but she's got two eyes made out of coal, and they are dead and soulless. Other than that, though, this Chica's not really trying to look... Other than that, I feel like this Chica's not really trying to look scary. Ah, how you doing? Like, they've got kind of like a DreamWorks face going on. They're just smiling. They actually look pretty chill. Oh, damn it. I didn't realize what I just said. Again, the detail on this is really interesting. They've got leaves for eyebrows, like blades of grass or something. They've got a nice little striped Waldo hat. The beak is carrot. I just noticed the beak is carrot. They've got little coal buttons. The snow is melting actively. They have put little melt lines throughout the snow, and it looks so cool, man. The sculpting on this is really nice. And unlike Foxy here, who still very much is a cookie man built from a robot, this Chica is actually made of wood. Well, not the toy, but like in universe, the lore of this Chica is that she's actually made of wood and not robotics. This is like an old wooden animatronic. I think my least favorite part, honestly, are the like coal teeth. Her teeth shouldn't look like that. I don't know why they gave her teeth. If they were just gonna make the beak carrot, why'd they even give her teeth? Is there like a scariness quota that these have to meet so she couldn't be too cute? But yeah, honestly, these are so cute. I love these. I honestly thought these were gonna be kind of a silly gimmick, but looking at them up close, I really appreciate the detail of all these FNAF toys. These are great. I actually don't know if they still make these. I think I bought these last year, so I've been holding on to them for a little while. If they still make them, or if they put them out every Christmas, and you're a FNAF fan, I honestly can recommend these. These are very nice. And genuinely, I can recommend just about the entirety of the toys we've seen today. Like, honestly, I am a big fan of all of these FNAF toys. I think they look, for the most part, perfectly accurate to the games. They stand up pretty dang well for the most part. Some of them are actually pretty weighty, and I just don't see how you could be a FNAF fan and not think these are at least kinda cool. My only thing, though, is that if you do get them and take them out of the box, don't try and mess around with them. Pose them the way you want and then just kind of leave them, because they snap so easily. Because I mean, look at that. Like, I mean, they're not breaking or anything, but if you try to do any amount of posing or playing with them, if you're a kid, they're gonna fall apart so easily, and you're gonna be spending more time putting them back together than actually messing around with them. So I would just say, pick your favorites, pose them, and then just let them stand, because they look great. They're an amazing display. And I guess it's fair. I mean, these are Funko toys. Funko toys are, I think, a little bit more meant for display rather than play. But you know, speaking of the holidays, I figured while we're here, here, we might as well open up a few presents, or whatever you want to call them, because I also have a small smattering of Five Nights at Freddy's mystery box toys. I've been holding on to these for a while. These are your classic, like, checkout line at Best Buy or GameStop mystery minifigures that I have just been addicted to my entire life. I have loved these kinds of things since I was a kid. And I've got a few different ones here, but today we're just gonna focus on these security breach ones. You know, I figured that was appropriate considering we're doing a lot of the other Five Nights at Freddy's security breach toys today. So let's unwrap this thing and we'll take a look at the side and see what we can get. Ooh, this is exciting. We've got Glamrock Freddy, Glamrock Chica, Roxy, Monty, Vanny, and then like a gold variant of Glamrock Freddy. But we've also got the blacklight neon variants. Oh, those are the ones I want. Oh man, that's awesome. I really want those. And these are the kind of mystery box toys that put the odds on each like variant of how easy they are to pull. So like 1 in 6 toys, you're gonna get this Vanny, but 1 in 72, you might get this gold Glamrock Freddy. So we've only got 4 to open today. And this is a little bit more Foafy style, like opening mystery toys. And I threw that really cool. You didn't get to see it. This is a little bit more Foafy style, like opening stuff that you don't exactly know what it's gonna be until you do. It's like Pokemon card packs or mystery toys. We've done these before. So our first one, this feels like Freddy. Ooh, oh, that's a Chase one right away. What? Okay, hold up. He looks like he's made of applesauce. Wow, first one in, I got a 1 in 72 Chase Freddy. Look at that. What are the odds of that? Well, 1 in 72, I guess. I only have 4 though. Dang, that's really cool. I've been sitting on these for a while and I got a Chase right away. Dang, okay, let's just keep going then. I mean, how much better could you get? Though, to be fair, this is a really good pull. I don't really like the look of this. I would much prefer these like neon ones. That's more my style. So let's see what we can get. We've only got 2 more. After this, we've got 3 more in total because we haven't actually opened this one yet. But we've got 2 more overall, so let's just snap right into that and see what we got. See if we can guess who this is. Okay, this feels noticeably different than this one. This one had a very coarse feeling because of all that glitter. This feels more like normal, like vinyl plastic. I wanna say this is Roxanne Wolf because I think I'm feeling like a hair swoop. Oh no, it's Chica, and it is the neon one. Nice. So that was the hair swoop I was feeling. Oh, look at that. Look at that color scheme. They're blue and orange and yellow and pink. That's cool. And the guitar. The guitar is like inverted colors. This one's pink and purple, and this one was blue and pink. Ooh, I like this one. We're doing really well so far. We've not gotten any like purely basic ones. That's great. If I could pick whichever one I want the pink Freddy. Let's get into the third one. We're not done after these. We've got one more thing we want to look at, but I don't want to spoil anything about it yet. But we'll go right into this and see if we can get anything else cool. Let's see. Okay, it's a normal vinyl plastic one. Oh, this one's definitely Roxanne. Whoa! Another neon variant. Oh, that's cool. The blue hair with the green highlight. Oh, and the bright orange. This is tacky as hell. I love it. Look at these two. Look at these two jamming out. This has gone almost as perfectly as I could ask it to. Let's see what we can score in the final of our 4 security breach minifigure toys. We haven't gotten anything plain yet. No, like just basic 1 in 6 variants. So we've had really good luck here. How much you want to bet we're going to end on just a super plain one though? Let's see. That feels like Roxanne Wolf again. And there we go. We are ending on a normal, non-chase variant of Roxanne Wolf, which means we only pulled 3 of the 4 animatronics, but we did get a lot of cool chases. 1 basic variant of Roxanne Wolf. I think this is a 1 in 6 chances. There's that amethyst hair again. A whopping 2 of the neon variants of Roxanne and Chica. I love the looks of these, man. These are great. And then somehow we got a 1 in 72 chance Chase Freddy with this like champagne glittery color to it. I really hate the way this feels. I'm not gonna lie, I really hate the way this feels on my hand, so I'm gonna put it down now. Ah, it's so coarse. Ooh. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. But that's a really cool thing to have pulled. That I cannot believe the odds of that. And I've got a few more series of these FNAF mystery figures, particularly this one, which is special delivery themed, and those like live wire animatronics on it. Look at all those things. You can get like the live wire animatronics, the pixelated version of Baby from the Atari mini game, a lot of cool things in here. And then there's also these ones, which are based on those circus animatronics that I still don't fully know what they are or where they came from. I've been seeing toys of them all over, but I really don't know what they're supposed to be. I have 3 each of these, but I think to wrap this video up, we need to do something a little bit bigger. So, get ready for Freddy! Oh my god! Yeah! Introducing the Five Nights at Freddy's 10-year anniversary 11 great items mystery box. I found this at Target for like 60 bucks and I was like, okay, it has a button on the top hat that makes the eyes blink. So I've got absolutely no idea what this is or what's in it, so let's take a look at the back. So we got an animatronic Freddy, lights and sounds. Wait, this thing turns on? Oh God, I don't know if I like that. It is otherwise a coin bank with a little button that makes him blink, again, to remind you. And then on the inside, we've got stickers, posters, cards, ooh, cards, 3 plushies, and 3 micro figures. So there's gonna be a good little variant of stuff in here. So let's free Freddy from his plastic chamber and see what we got in this massive mystery box. Oh, here we go. Taking out this little plastic pulley is gonna activate the batteries, or at the very least, activate its ability to use batteries.
Looks like someone wasn't ready for Freddy to come to the party.
Whoa. Is that the normal Freddy voice? Is that Kellen Goff?
Sure was fun.
So you press the button on the top, his eyes blink, and then he says a thing. I think his eyes are also supposed to light up, but I can't see it with these lights. Okay, I've closed the blinds and turned off the studio lights. Let's take a look.
Next time.
What a weird, like, set of things for something to do. It's a coin bank, it blinks, it lights up, and it talks. And this is just the box for the mystery toy. Like, it's a toy in and of itself. Okay, so the button turns on the blinking, but the blinking is the thing that triggers the line. So if you just do this.
Now would be a good time to hold your breath.
Ah, okay, I see. We've got all this tape on the back, and this is how we're gonna unlatch his jaw, I think, and get access to the toys on the inside. Oh, he fell. So I think from there, if we press this button, oh, his whole head detaches from his jaw. And then there's, oh man, they're all in like little mystery packages like this. Ooh, it's like this was tailor-made for YouTubers to unbox on their YouTube channels to drive sales of merchandise. Whoa! So if I were to hazard a guess, this feels like stickers and maybe some cards. So let's see how we can open this up without damaging whatever's on the inside. There we go. I like the themed packaging. Everything's got that red Five Nights at Freddy's theming going on. Okay, I think we do have some trading cards in here. What a horrible way to store trading cards, loose in a bag. So we got like a little small smattering of FNAF stickers. This is Freddy from FNAF 1. That's Golden Freddy from FNAF 2. I want to say that's a Nightmare animatronic from FNAF 4. And then we've got just the normal Five Nights at Freddy's logo. But then of course we've got the Five Nights at Freddy's mini poster. This is all it is. It says Five Nights at Freddy's on the back, and then it's that same old screenshot from FNAF 2. Can you call it a poster when it's the size of a greeting card? Then the more interesting thing for me, we got some trading cards that I'm holding upside down. Got that usual FNAF logo, and you can see that is the image of Freddy from the first game's title screen. They are still using those assets and images. Ooh, here we go. We got a Freddy Fazbear, number 11, out of, I don't know. Oh, there we go, Nightmare Freddy, just like on the stickers. And Golden Freddy. So it's the same characters as what's on the stickers. Is that themed? Can these be themed? I don't know. But we got some Five Nights at Freddy's trading cards. Love that. Now it's a card video. Very appropriate for Foafy. And then I think we're gonna have 3 plushies. I think it's supposed to be 3 plushies and 3 minifigures. So who do we got as our first plushie? Golden Freddy! Oh, he's silly! Oh, he's cute. Look at his teeth. Oh, he's so cute. He's honestly so cute. He's a little bit janky in terms of his design, but I don't blame him for that. He's been scrunched up in here forever. I like him. He's cute. He's only got the one eye, though. What about the Cassidy? Yeah, crying child, dual haunting theory, whatever. It's Golden Freddy! Moving right along, this is clearly our second plushie. The plushies are by far the largest thing in these packages, so I would imagine this is probably what most people are buying them for. So let's see. I don't know who else we can get. Is this all gonna be themed around like early FNAF, or are we gonna get some like later stuff? Ooh, okay, interesting. The cards were Freddy, Nightmare Freddy, and Golden Freddy. The stickers were Freddy, Nightmare Freddy, and Golden Freddy. And so far, the plushes have been Golden Freddy and Nightmare Freddy from FNAF 4. So are we just gonna get the same 3 Freddys for every single thing? I mean, I guess that's a little bit of a letdown, but I appreciate the theming. It's all Freddy. Look at his teeth. Look at his silly little teeth and his glowing red eyes. This is so cute. We got one more plushie that I'm starting to think I might be able to predict what it is, so let's just see. Is it regular Freddy Fazbear? It's regular Freddy Fazbear. This is just straight up vanilla, plain as day Freddy Fazbear this time. So it's clear that whatever they're doing here, they are theming it entirely around like this trio of animatronics, or at the very least, each one of these has a different theme. Like, I don't know, I've only ever seen one of these in stock at local stores, so maybe some of them have a Bonnie theme, maybe some of them have a Chica theme, but whatever I got clearly is themed entirely around Freddy. Regular Freddy, Golden Freddy, and Nightmare Freddy. FNAF 1, FNAF 2, FNAF 4. That is the theme of this box. So, as we're entering the last few things inside Freddy's head, I think I can take a wild guess as to what they probably are. Okay, I misread the label. I thought there were 3 mystery minifigures, there's only 2. So, we clearly can't do Freddy, Golden Freddy, and Nightmare Freddy on the figures because there's only 2. So let's see. Ooh, oh, ooh, look at that guy. That's a Golden Freddy. I don't know if these are from any particular line of figures, so I don't know if there's a chance at like chases or anything like that, but we got a Golden Freddy that's clearly more gold than it would normally be. That's really cool. And for our last thing of the entire video, we have... oh, another Golden Freddy. Okay, maybe these are all just gonna be Golden Freddys. This is, I believe, Golden Nightmare Freddy. Nice, so they stuck to the theme pretty well. This is Golden Freddy and Golden Nightmare Freddy. And that, I believe, is everything I have time to care about in regards to showing you FNAF toys that I have bought today. What do you guys say, Freddy?
Now would be a good time to hold your breath.
Okay, that was bad advice. Yeah, I think I'm done. Whatever. Leave.